Hey everybody, Joe Cioffi here, weather in 5 days in 5 minutes on this Friday, the 19th of April, and coming up Sunday night on the Joe and Joe Weather Show podcast, we'll have the outlook for all of next week and we'll talk long range. So mark it down, that's Sunday night at 7:35 p.m., the Joe and Joe Weather Show podcast. And after a week of dealing with severe weather around the country in various locations, we've got a fairly quiet night across the U.S. Not much in the way of watches and warnings, just some freeze issues possible in the upper Midwest, and that's just about it. We don't have any flood warnings. We haven't had really much thunderstorm activity or severe weather today in most areas in the South where there was some severe weather risk, and we'll get to that in a moment. The Northeast is dealing with a cold front that is moving on through, and we've got clouds and we've had a few showers. This front is going to slow down and probably cause clouds and maybe some showers to linger into Saturday morning before we get into general improvement. It's not a solid push of dry air that's coming in behind it, at least initially. There's another upper trough that's got to swing through. We have clouds this evening from Texas northeastward up into Ohio, West Virginia and across Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and into southern New England. And out of that, some light shower activity is going on, a few heavier downpours and one or two thunderstorms widely scattered across the Carolinas and back over into parts of Georgia and Alabama. And we're talking really widely scattered here. Also, some other light showers across northern Illinois and Indiana and into parts of Ohio, as well as up in northern New England, where we've got some shower activity going on there. Not a whole lot happening in the west, a little bit of precipitation in Colorado and Utah, and small areas in northwest Kansas and southwest Nebraska. WPC for the week ahead, we are looking at not really a whole lot in the way of rainfall in the east. The exception will be up in northern New England, but we're talking half to three quarters of an inch there, and some of that is coming tonight into tomorrow morning. And in the southeast, some areas of a half to three quarters of an inch. Picks up a little bit more as you go west in the Gulf states, the lower Mississippi Valley back into Texas and Oklahoma. We've got an area of an inch and a half to 2.5 inches plus there. And in the west, some pockets of a quarter to a half an inch up the Rockies and up in northwestern parts of Washington state. So, as far as our weather is concerned going forward, we've got to get this front through here. And again, it's going to stall out briefly tomorrow morning with maybe some lingering showers during the morning hours. And then it'll shift to the east where it'll take a little longer to get the showers out of the way in eastern New England. Meanwhile, there's rain developing in Texas that'll be spreading across the southern states during Saturday and Saturday night. A little wave of low pressure is going to go by to our south. Sunday will definitely be the better of the two weekend days. We'll have sunshine. I think we'll probably see temperatures make a run into the 60s in some places. Probably be upper 50s and low 60s. It'll be mostly 60s for Saturday. There's a weak cold front that's moving southeastward from Canada. That swings up into New England, so it really doesn't have much impact across southern areas of the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic states. Quiet across much of the U.S. on Monday, except for some lingering rain in the southeast. Little low forms off the Carolina coast. And then Tuesday, it'll also be a nice day. We have a strong weather system that's dropping down out of Canada with a cold front on Wednesday. That could produce maybe a shower or thunderstorm Wednesday afternoon. And behind it is going to be a quick shot of cold air. So let's call it spring cold, like early spring cold air, coming in for Thursday. Gusty winds, clouds, and some sun. Maybe the odd rain shower in up parts of upstate New York and northern New England. There might even be some snow showers in there. And I think starting Thursday next week is going to be a chilly day where temperatures are struggling to get in, even into the 50s in some places. That low is going to pull out, and then we'll start to moderate after that. As far as severe weather is concerned next week, later next week, we'll start to see action shift again in the western states. And I'm thinking late in the week, we could see some severe weather up and down the plain states with a developing low in Kansas and Nebraska, and also some action up with mountain snows and valley rains in parts of the Pacific Northwest. But I think for the most part in the east, other than this cold front that comes through on Wednesday, weather conditions should be okay. And again, Thursday next week, probably a 1 day shot of very chilly air coming down out of Canada. So enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you Sunday night on the Joe and Joe Weather Show podcast at 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time.